Hello, fourth grade. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to draw a sugar skull. I do have a few printed out examples of sugar skulls. For today, we're only going to work on the skull itself. And the skull itself, and I'll demo on the skull, is made up of three parts. It's the top of the head, the cheekbones, and then the jaw. So the way we're going to start is on your paper. Please make sure you have your paper the vertical way and portrait mode. I'm going to draw very loosely and very lightly because any lines that I need to erase will show up on the white background of the skull. So I do want to draw as light as I can. I'm going to start from the middle of my paper. I'm just going to make a big circle going around. My circle is going to taper in just a little bit where I started. So I'm going to start off a little bit wider and then just kind of go around. And I'm putting a few lines in here. I'm going to erase a little bit later until I like it till it's fairly symmetrical. From here, I'm going to add in my cheekbones. Cheekbones are going to start like a flat letter S. It's going to be a little flatter on top, and then it's going to curve back down. On this side, it's going to be an opposite way. So I'm going to start it in. Think of this as where your temples will be. It's going to start on the inside of the skull, join up the circle, and then come on in. And you can play around to see how much you want the cheekbones to stick out, how less. If you notice on the different examples, the cheekbones stick out different amounts. The only thing you have to do is try to match this side to this side. For me, it's easiest to actually start on the bottom so I know my cheekbone closes up at the same level. And then I kind of do the opposite thing. I start in and I follow it up. Now, once my cheekbones are done, I'm actually going to do the upper jaw. The upper jaw and the bottom jaw in a skull are two different pieces. So I'm going to start from the cheekbone. I'm actually going to start right where the cheekbones come in, right over here. I'm going to go down a little bit on one side, and then I'm going to go to the other side. Just make sure as you extend this upper jaw down, you stop about the same point. And then I am going to add in the bottom jaw. The bottom jaw is going to start from the cheekbone, go around it, and up. And it kind of looks like a big U shape if you see this one. Or you're welcome to do a little pointier. That part is going to be up to you. But all I'm going to do is start from the cheekbone and just kind of work my way around to the other cheekbone. If you see the way I'm going light as I can, it's just going to be to erase it a little bit easier. So this is my basic layout of the skull. Now we're going to start adding in parts. Since I'm already down the cheekbone, I'm going to work on, since I'm down at the jaw, I'm going to work on the jaw and the teeth first. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the upper jaw. I'm going to put a line going in and a line going in. This is going to be the void that you see up here. Don't worry about coloring anything in. Now, on the upper jaw portion, I'm going to put a slightly curved line. I don't want to make my skull look too smiley. A slightly curved line. This is going to be where the teeth, the upper teeth and the lower teeth meet. Now, to make sure I might make my teeth semi-symmetrical, I'm going to try to find where the middle is right here, and I'm going to put a vertical line down the middle. On each side of my vertical line, I'm going to try to split it into even parts. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for me, for my side skull, it's about 5 on each side. I'm going to try to do the same thing on the other side. And if you notice, I'm going to make them slightly smaller each time. I want this to look like they're curving in. Once the lines are there, all you have to do is connect them on the bottom with a slight U. And then on the top is just going to be an upside down U, but it's the same concept. We're right now creating the part where the teeth will come out of the skull. There we go. The only other things we have to do is add in the eyes and add in the nose. If you think about a normal skull, the eyes will be aligned right where the cheekbone meets the skull. So this will be the area where your temples are. I like to start from the middle of the teeth and just put a light line in the middle. That way I make sure my eyes don't drift too far over. And the eye sockets are just circles. So start off with one and then just start adding in probably the same distance and the same size. It's going to be the trickiest part of this until we can match the circles. And don't worry if they're not perfect at all. And then in the middle, I'm also going to add in the nose. And the nose itself is just an upside down heart shape. And there we go. It's going to be the way we're going to start off the skull. So this is the only part I want you to work on today is drawing the skull. Draw it lightly. When I see you on Zoom, we're going to start talking about decorations and then we're going to define some of those lines a little bit darker.